All right. So what we're doing is we're going over each day, and basically what I like to do is make sure that I go over the homework that you gave them from the class and hit the software. And, you know, a lot of people are still on the MLS, Mark, and they don't know that they need to start doing marketing.
Right.
And you gave them marketing. I want to make sure that they're doing that off the software as well. And then I like that today, as a matter of fact, when you showed that one house that you just picked up off those purple postcards.
Oh, yeah. When the call came in, or the house at the live
both,
event?
Actually, because we had the live call,
Yep.
and they were digging that.
Yeah.
I got to give you that information, too, so you can follow up on that.
Did you go buy it?
No.
But I already have the information.
Oh, do you?
It captures it on the app that Boyd set up for us.
Okay.
Yeah, it captures all their information. So
Oh, my gosh, I got to find out about that.
yeah.
You're always learning, right?
Okay, well, this is, again, why we're launching this. Real investors doing it
Exactly.
in today's time. It's not the bullshit stuff that worked.
No. Yeah.
And that's
20
years ago.
Yeah. I mean, every aspect of this has been that way, even meeting with a hard money lender today, too. So, I like to go over what causes failure as a new investor as well. There goes Fletcher. Is, like, people don't manage their time correctly. If they want to do this and be successful, they got to manage their time and put in their time with that. The investor's database and how to build that, I went over that yesterday with them. If they're not making enough offers, shopping the lenders. I mean, it was pretty cool that you gave them a lender, but they're also learning how to shop lenders.
Right.
You need those 5 different lenders that are out there to help.
No, we always got to teach them how to fish.
Exactly. I always go to lunch. When we come back from lunch, I go over, how to build a buyer's list, either through the software and other various, things that I have written there. I mean, it was so funny today because, like, one of the things to build investors or to find other monies, and maybe people in the internet will like this little tidbit, is just by going to title companies or attorneys that close deals. I mean, you got to have a relationship with them, like we were discussing.
Right.
And, they can give you that, but it's an alternative way. They got to start doing things differently than what all the other people are teaching them, as far as that goes, or if they can't think of it. Various marketing right there, how to find deals, various directions and finding deals.
I love that list, too.
Do you?
We don't need to mention it, but I do love that list. In one of the things that we put out on the private Facebook post is when I sent out those 500 letters to that one lead source. We're getting a tremendous response. Not right away, like, well, what do you do? So if we have, people that, need to sell those properties, and parishioners, I'll give it away, right? So parishioners,
right.
that is it for just people that are dying, or, so we've got some real good phone calls coming off that too.
Did you notice that phone call today to that lady that called, Mrs. Pinkerton, as a matter of fact?
Yes.
And she said, I called because I've called several other ones and nobody will call me back.
Called back, yeah.
That's a riot. Yeah. That is a riot, man. A lot of times, people don't understand new investors don't understand they need to be an appraiser. They need to know what areas they're working and what the prices are in those areas, what they can get things for, what things retail for. It's not just about the rehabs. I mean, you need to know the rehab costs too, or the repair costs, or what you're going to do with the project, but you need to know what the heck it's going to go for too.
Right.
You're going to retail it out at. And then I have them start building, for homework, I have them start building their investors database. And this is at the end of the day, on the first day, and I give them those various questions right there. And a lot of that has to do with networking, because a lot of times, even though you're providing, a great hard money source, like I say, you need to have other sources too, because maybe you have too many deals.
Right.
Maybe that one lender will only do 1 or 2 projects with you. And you need to have other lenders too. So as I go through all these questions for the investors, one of the things that I always have them, at the end of the questions, I always ask them to ask this too. Do you have any funding for me if I buy any of your properties? Or lay it out like, sometimes I do have my money spread out all over the place and I run out of money. I mean, it happens to everybody,
sure.
Right? So would you happen to have any other, lines of funding or lending or something like that you provide to me? So you're not just calling somebody and say, hey, man, I got a deal. Do you know somebody will fund it? Because you're not going to get anybody to work with you that way.
I agree 1,000%. Love it.
Yeah.
I also love when you work into that, how the whole thing on the 3-day workshop, a live event, and the online platform as well, that you got to have your 4 exit strategies. And it freaking kills me how many people get a damn tunnel vision.
Oh, yeah.
Where they won't have those 4 exit strategies. And,
it's crazy.
And I'm not just talking about exit strategies from the contract. I'm talking about what I open up with on day one is we never get into a deal without having 4 different ways on how to get out of the deal and still make money.
Exactly.
And
did you see their eyes light up yesterday? I mean, they got those 6 lots under contract, and all they're wanting to do is build these houses now.
Yeah, and it blew my mind, and I'm like, gosh.
I mean, they have an opportunity to make another $30,000 to $60,000 on this by having it under contract. And when we had them put we gave them the homework and put it on Craigslist and all that stuff, and then they got a few calls coming in, they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And then when you break it down to an hourly rate, I mean, it was awesome.
No, it was great.
I like seeing that stuff come together like that.
That's why I love doing this stuff.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
All right, so
yeah, on the second day, a lot of times what I do, how their homework go, how they handle their calls and from their homework, and then also how to handle calls from marketing. You know, it's funny, a lot of times people do marketing and the phone calls come in and they're freaking out.
Well, that's why I handed the phone to you today when I was like, all right, so here's one coming in.
Did I freak out?
No, not at all.
Thank God.
Yeah. But
no, I don't want to talk to her.
No, but they were sitting there and they're like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, man, just do it. And it's funny how, God, whatever you think of, God, the world, whatever.
Yeah.
Because it's not supposed to route to me during the day. It's supposed to route to Shelly at the.
Yeah.
So Boyd,
and here we're all standing
I know
together.
Boyd set it up that way, and then we got it, and it just worked. So
that was awesome, man.
No,
yeah. So, a lot of times when the marketing comes in, they don't know what to say. That's what I was going to say. And what condition, what repairs, how old's the house, how long you live there, just stuff like that, and then you're looking for motivating factors and everything. So I go over that as well. Another thing I do is I like to give people a presentation package, what to write down.
That's gold right there, dude.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, don't go do it line item, but that's freaking.
Yeah, that's like even dealing, not only just dealing with the lender that you have. I mean, any lender, any if they want the Union Savings or if they want the BOA or something like that.
Yeah.
If they did the presentation package that I'm putting together right there, I mean, they would get no questions. It's so professional that way. Another thing I have them do actually on that is on the flip side, instead of just a credit report, I have them do what's it called, the financial, your financials, your personal financial. What's the other term for
financial statement?
Yeah. It's the drink.
Yeah.
So they put together a financial statement, but I always have them pull their own credit. That way, if they're farming out for a loan on whatever project,
right,
okay, they're not getting their credit tapped each time when they're pulling their credit. So they could pull their own credit based on the credit that you were given, the Credit Karma and something like that.
Yeah.
And they can just attach it to the back of that. And
no, makes tons of sense. And some people are like, well, what? A credit, we don't have good credit or we don't have any money. It doesn't matter. Just the package presented that way to a lot of hard or private money lenders just blows their mind and they don't care.
Professionalism.
Yeah.
You're going to the next step. You're not just, it's on a
whole next level. Yeah.
Exactly. I touch on property management a lot of times. Like I did this just yesterday with our one student in the class. He's got rentals and he's never done this either. And one of the things I do is I always, when somebody fills out an application and they're a prospective tenant, I go see how they live. I go knock on the door and I say, hey, look, everything looks good so far. There's one more thing I need to do. I need to see how you live. And I got a rule of thumb because a lot of my properties are Section 8. What?
So what I do
What?
is when I knock on them to meet them at their place, right?
Yeah.
I can use the restroom.
I don't do that, man. That's like weird.
Just another, but that's the beautiful part of having you here. It's not just me. It's just not how Boyd does things. It's different ways of doing things. And that's the beautiful part of what we're creating here. And
I put it on the table. I'm like, look, I need to see how you live. Yeah. So my rule of thumb is if they don't open the door, they're not moving into my property.
And another thing too is when they come to the properties, to look at them, look at the car.
Yeah, see how they live. Yeah. A lot of times, that's for sure.
All right.
So we go over that. That's a property management, and a lot of times I'll touch base on this topic right here because people they have no idea that you can do that. Based on there's a loan on the house and how they can transfer.
Yeah, no, I like it.
Good. And then after that, we go and we look at properties the rest of the day. So usually that's up until about noon. And then for the next 4 or 5 hours, I have them take a quick lunch or something like that, and then we go look at properties, man. And so on the last day, then the last day, a lot of times I'll have them bring their lunch, because it's kind of in depth.
Like a working lunch type of deal.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'll go over the spreadsheet and how to run the numbers on the properties. And by the way, I got all your stuff. I got to print all that tonight. I'm going to give it to them, and I'm going to go over that stuff. I'm going to kind of feel out, some people can handle it, some people can't.
I'm with you on information overload.
Yeah.
And some of those things, scary.
Sometimes I think it's better if it's trickled.
Yep.
Because they're going to contact you when it's over.
And that's one thing that Boyd and I will discuss as well, is how to trickle it out. And I think that's a good idea. Well, that's the beautiful part about the online platform. It's a 6-week program, so they only have access at 2-week chunks.
Okay, I got you.
Because it's just overload as well.
I got you.
So that's a good point with some of the spreadsheets and all that too.
Well, what I was thinking was, because they still have contact with me even to get to you as far as that goes. If they have something else, then it's something else that I could trickle to them. And the thing about this is, and a lot of these guys realize, like those 1-2 students in the class, they went down and they got that big plat map, and it was engineered, and that thing, whoever originally done it spent $20,000-$30,000 on it or something.
Yep.
Well, they understand the value of what that piece of paper is, where a lot of times if you give people a spreadsheet or something.
Hey Scott, good to see you, brother. Just discussing future stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Glad you're here, man. But depending on what it is, they understand the value of what you're giving them. That's what I'm saying.
Got it.
Just like the spreadsheet, for example, or any of your spreadsheets, how much time that you have in those spreadsheets to give those to somebody else. Oh, by the way, Scott, this is for you, man. Peace, brother.
Was he having a drink tonight, was he?
No, I don't know, but I am. No. So anyhow, and then obviously, this right here, going over all these different funding options. People don't think about this. You know yourself, that's a huge one right there. Yeah. Let alone the first two right there.
I reached out to somebody too that, without divulging too much, but manages self-directed.
Okay.
Roth IRAs.
Yeah.
So I want to try to bring them into us as well to claim those monies and
absolutely. No, people don't understand that, man. I mean, I think that's and that's why they come to us too to understand that. But it's no different than the sub-2s or the IRAs. They have no idea what's out there. So. And finally, I go over examples of how this is structured. And yourself, I mean, every hard money lender has different structuring. And a lot of our guys in our class now are just learning that, and like even when you brought in your lender 3 weeks ago, and I looked at it and I was like, there's no payments. It's just, this is what I charge and there's no payments. And I was like, oh my gosh,
back end type of stuff.
Yeah. So everything that our other students are shopping right now, there's $1,100 a month payments, and there's 4 points, and there's this and there's that, So anyhow, and then finally I go over these things right
Brett.
here.
Hey Brett, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man.
So then I'll finish.
So Brett, our lawyer, my closing attorney.
Oh yeah, hey Brett, man, it's good to see you. I remember you. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, I didn't see the Thompson with Thompson Law, so we're there. There's a little shop for it. Thompson Law. Go to Thompson Law for all your legal needs.
Thompson Law Group.
The Thompson Law Group.
Bonnie Road, Rain Building, make it happen.
So anyhow, I got to take this out right away. This is bullshit right here.
Take that one out.
Yeah, that's out.
We don't want to do that.
That's up in Ohio there, and I go over the IRAs right there. This was pretty cool, but I don't want to go over that anymore because that's changed so much as far as Detroit market. And then basically recap over the week, man. And
no, I think it's good. I think it's good structure.
Okay.
I think this was a good springboard.
All right.
No, I love it, man.
Good.
So just things to get bigger and better and more badass in 2018 to help people. And here's the thing. The reason that I and Boyd decided to do this, and we wanted to seek out the best, and the best is Jimmy in the sense of the mentoring and the fulfillment instructors and the whole platform. It's going to be something a little bit different than what people are used to in the past. It's not going to be this big conglomerate company. It's going to be a niche community that we're all in this together, and we're all here to make money together. And there's no secrets, and there's no holding back. And, from the people I do business with, and not only locally, but across the country as well, and the connections that we all have, bringing it together, Boyd being on the West Coast, me being on the East Coast, Jimmy being in the Midwest, and then traveling in every state to do all this stuff. It's just going to be a great 2018. So keep watching, keep following. You got anything to add, brother?
No, man. I mean, it's a great opportunity. Can't wait to meet everybody, and get everybody to the next level, obviously, and do it with
integrity.
With integrity, do it without no
bullshit. Just straightforward stuff that works, and
it's gonna be a great year.
It's gonna be a great year. So we're gonna get dinner with Kim and the kids now, and keep following us. This is gonna serve as today's vlog as well. What better yet to do a vlog when Jimmy's in town teaching right now. So that being said, hey, Brett, success leaves clues. Learn from their success. Thanks, Brett. You know what we've done. You know what I do, and it's just about helping others help themselves. So get out of the corporate mindset, not having to depend on somebody for a job, so on and so forth, and just that true financial freedom. It's not about the freaking Ritz and the clothes and the watches and the cars and the houses and bullshit. It's about being able to
do what you want.
Do what you want when you want how you want.
That's
so.
Right.
See you soon. Keep following us. InvestorsFormula.com, Investors Formula's Facebook page, MarcHrisko.com, CoastToCoastPropertyCorp.com. See ya.
Peace.